What's up, guys? This video I'm going to show you how to deal with nervousness when you're going on a date. I'm going to share with you 7 of my favorite tips that you can use to feel more confident when you're going out with a girl. So this is a question we very commonly get asked. Guys are like, yo, I'm using your texting strategies. I got your profile now, so I'm getting dates. But then I go on these dates and I fuck it up because I'm really nervous. I have a lot of anxiety and I just fuck it up, right? What can I do to be more confident? And believe it or not, this is something I can very much relate to because, when I was getting into game, I used to also be really nervous on dates. Like I would have to drink like 4 or 5 drinks just to be able to interact with a girl, which is obviously a very bad habit. And so in hindsight, I wrote down 7 of my favorite strategies and tips that would give my earlier version of myself to be more confident. Let's start off. The first one is adopting a mindset that you have nothing to lose and you can only win. And this is very true. Like think about it. You go on a date with a girl and let's say you completely fuck it up. What did you lose? Just your time, really, right? Like you didn't actually lose anything. You're exactly where you started. So that means if things go terribly, you're still exactly where you started, minus 2 hours of your time. And if a date's going bad, you should probably end it within the first 30, 45 minutes anyway. However, you can only go up. You cannot go down. So this is not like starting a business, right, where you can lose money. You actually have shit on the line. You have nothing on the line. There's absolutely nothing you can lose, but there's a lot you can win. You can have a great night of sex. You can get an awesome girlfriend. You can get an awesome memory. There's a lot of things that you can gain, but there's absolutely nothing you can lose. The second one, go to venues where you feel more comfortable. So it blows my mind when guys who have social anxiety, they take their date to a club or somewhere fancy. Why would you do that? Take her somewhere where you feel really, really comfortable. Ideally, a cool, chill bar that's near your place. Somewhere where you've been a lot. Somewhere where you know the bartender. Somewhere where you feel more comfortable. Something that feels like home. Now, ideal is to actually invite the girl straight to your place. Not every girl will be down with that, right? So, obviously you're gonna be very comfortable in your house. So if you go on a public date, again, pick a place that's close to you. Pick a place that's more relaxed, chill, laid back. Do not take a girl to a loud club or really hectic environment or any environment that makes you feel intimidated. Quite often, like if a girl doesn't drink, I'll literally just take her for a walk around the block. That will be the whole date. You don't have to be fancy. You don't have to try to impress her. All that stuff is not going to help you at all. Number 3, this is a pro tip. Before going on a date, if you're feeling really nervous, go do some cold approach. I used to do this all the time when I was getting into game, right? When I used to have bad social anxiety. Before going on a date, I would leave my house half an hour early and just do a bunch of cold approach. So what happens when you do cold approach is like when you're about to approach a girl, your anxiety's here, then you do the approach, nothing bad happens and your anxiety goes down. And basically what you're doing is you're temporarily lowering your baseline anxiety level. So by the time the date rolls around, you're just in a nice flow state, you're relaxed, you're not really worried. Because again, you can logically tell yourself, hey, I have nothing to be worried about. But you can still feel anxious, right? Because it's your subconscious that's causing you to feel nervous. So you have to prove to your subconscious that you have nothing to lose. And the best way to do that is by doing some cold approach or doing some socializing beforehand. What I used to also do when I didn't have enough time to go do cold approach, I used to call a girl that I was either trying to hook up with or a girl that I was hooking up with as I was walking to the date, right? I'll chat with her on the phone for 5-10 minutes, and that would put me in the right headspace. Number 4. Visualize yourself sleeping with a girl before the date. So I used to do this all the time too. What I would do is I would take a cold shower, I would sit in her cold water, and I would visualize myself fucking the girl. And my rule was I'm not allowed to leave the shower until I get a boner, right? If you're sitting in cold water, you have to really, really clearly visualize yourself banging the chick if you're gonna get an erection, right? And this is a rule I used to have. You might think like, dude, that's pretty weird, right? Yes, but it fucking works, right? Because there's a lot of power to visualization. There's a reason why pretty much every single successful person talks about the power of visualization. You're programming your subconscious mind, the outcome that you want. And that's very powerful. This is something I used to do all the time and probably something I should still do, but honestly, it's not really something I struggle with anymore. So whether it comes to dating or any other aspect of your life, practice visualization. Number 5, and this is also a very important one, say and do the shit that comes to your mind. So when you're on a date, your subconscious side is going to be giving you little pointers, right? It's going to be like, ooh, you should make a move, or ooh, you should say this joke. The problem is that most guys ignore that side and they just like, oh no, I can't do that. No, I shouldn't do that. And it's just like a tug of war battle between the good angel and the bad angel. Completely take the good angel, fucking throw him in the trash can, let the bad angel take over. Just practice being in touch with your subconscious side, with your gut instinct, whatever you want to call it, and listening to it. And it will guide you and actually tell you everything you need to do. Your subconscious is so much stronger than your conscious side. And I think vast majority of people benefit from listening to it more. So yeah, when I'm on a date, I just try to just close off my conscious mind and just say and do the shit that comes to my mind. And that will make you flow a lot better. That'll make you a lot funnier. That'll make you a lot smoother, a lot more natural, rather than when you're trying to focus on like consciously on strategies and just trying to be very like logical. That's not going to work. Number 6, this is also a mindset shift. Realize that each date you go on, you become more and more desensitized. So remember how I said the first rule is that you have nothing to lose? Well, this is one of the ways that you gain. Even if you don't bang the girl, you still gain an experience, and that experience is going to make you less nervous on the next date. So the more you do something, the less of a deal it becomes, right? So if you've been on hundreds, if not thousands of dates, going on a date is really not a big deal. Like for me, going on a date is not a big deal at all. But 10 years ago, it used to be a huge deal. What's changed? Well, yeah, I'm a lot more confident now and I have a lot more experiences, but really it's that I've been on thousands of dates. It's not a big deal to me. It's actually kind of boring because I've done it so often. And when things become like kind of boring and routine, that's when you're really not going to be feeling nervous. So I think that's another important thing. Realize that even if the chick totally rejects you, you still got one step closer to desensitizing yourself to going on dates. And number 7, if all else fails, like if every single one of these strategies is not working for you, drink some kava. Kava is a natural drink that has very similar effects to alcohol without any of the bad stuff. So you don't feel sloppy, you don't get whiskey dig, you don't throw up, you don't get hangover. There's some potential side effects when it comes to your liver, but other than that, well, just like with alcohol, but other than that, it's very good, and it basically lowers your inhibitions, lowers your anxiety, lowers your nervousness. You just feel more at ease. Kind of like when you had a few beers, but again, there's no negative downside. So I personally get see me drinking kava all the time, right? Why do I drink kava when I do podcasts? Why do I drink kava when I go on dates? Well, because it has the same effect as alcohol, but alcohol has a lot of side effects. This doesn't. So this is also a nice little hack that you guys can use to feel more confident today. All right. Hopefully you guys found this video valuable. And the last but most important step in getting over your anxiety and being more confident on dates is actually smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and clicking the bell for notification. Let us know in the comments section if there's any other tips that you think I missed, which are effective for being more confident. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.